Radio. Wrestling podcast featuring Rom and Bomber and Rab and the one and only Peanut. Woo! Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Jobber Radio. Bitches.
But I bet you Roman's hung like a fucking Samoan because he's Samoan.
Roman's not a white boy.
Marty Jannetty's turned his fucking life around that.
Oh!
Badass!
Now he's got a new way to live. Like he doesn't have to snort cocaine off of his hot wife's tits.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Jobber Radio. This is episode 51. We're on the second half of 50, guys. This is big. Took us a little while to get this one out. It's been about a month, but you know what? We're coming in hot. We're talking Great Balls of Fire today. I'm Jake, aka Bomber. We got a big cast on hand today. First of all, Rab. What's going on, Rab? How you doing? You doing okay tonight? You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm ready for this. I've been following WWE on Instagram and nowhere else. I hear there's also like a television program or 6 of them, but I haven't seen any of those. But I did see on Instagram that Naomi's belt has lights on it now. So
yes. So
check.
You are ahead of everybody else, it sounds like. So that's good. That's positive.
Also, I watched New Japan G1, and that was awesome.
Yes, we'll probably mention that here coming up later because I think Lee watched it too. But speaking of that, we got Lee. Lee, what's going on, dude?
Tomohiro Ishii's my hero. End of story.
I don't know what that word was you just said.
Oh, that was incredible. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, anything? First of all, you got anything to throw out there and plug, Lee? What you got going on?
Yeah, if you want to check me out at tmbdos.podbean.com, that's my movie review podcast. They must be destroyed on sight, and we are coming up on our 100th episode of that podcast, where we're going to be doing a commentary for Night of the Living Dead from 1968, and this is going to be drunken, casual stupidness. It's not going to be, intense movie reviewing bullshit like we usually do.
And by the way, I'm dead serious. I want to try to be on your show one day. That's dead serious. But anyway,
we'll talk. We'll talk, Bubby. We'll talk.
Another guy that's got a little show going on related to movies. Scott, what's going on, man?
Not too much. Ridiculously tired, so this should be fun.
Oh, good. Good.
That was a lack of sleep last night, so I'm running on empty. So it's gonna be great.
Well, I heard you got some stuff to plug because I heard you had a great video over at Reckless Eating that you just posted.
Oh, yeah. I do. It's great. The fans love it. It's on Reckless Eating over on Matt's channel. It's Scott's A exclusives. Get it? It's a pun for Canada A. Poutine in a pizza pop and Fruit Loops flavored like not breakfast cereal. That's what it is. Birthday cake. Yeah, it's great stuff. But also I do movies too. I do movie reviews, guiltypleasurecinema.com, Cyclops Scott on YouTube. Go if you go watch the video on Matt's channel though, the comments are fantastic.
Yep.
No, there's actually some good ones in there. There's some great people in there like, "Oh, it's good. Why are they hating on you?" And then there's all the haters. So, yeah.
He's gonna hate.
Fun times. But why?
And then last but not least, we got Matt Zion. He's here. What's going on, dude? How you feeling?
I feel like garbage.
Yeah, I heard some bad news. You need to tell us what's going on with your Twitch page.
I'm gonna be plug-in. Just search Reckless Eating on Twitch. It's I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It might be fixed. It might not be. I'm sure a troll just reported the account. But I see Rab at least saw my humorous picture of Seth Rollins' dick with the Great Balls of Fire logo in our group chat on Facebook.
Oh my God.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler.
It's so good. It's my favorite thing about Great Balls of Fire. And clearly, the people are making fun of, Vince. Vince was like, this is a good idea. Oh, what a great idea. And then they're they photoshopped the dick and balls in the logo, and Vince is doesn't even see it because he's a senile old man. I'm doing okay other than that.
I'm looking at the picture right now. I've never actually seen the real Seth Rollins picture, so...
Oh, he's got a small wiener.
I hope this is the only one I ever see, because it's great.
Yeah, he tried to do, the first picture was, he did the angle thing, where he's laying on a bed. I'm like, dude, he is thick as fuck. I'm like, good for you, Seth. And then there's the other one where he's standing in front of the mirror, and you're like, aw, buddy, you did the Facebook angle thing. Come on, man.
He's a white boy. What do you expect?
All
I
right,
know, but I bet you
so-
Roman's hung like a fucking Samoan because he's Samoan.
Roman's not a white boy.
Yeah, nobody's Samoan, so that's something.
So,
That's what I'm saying. He's a white boy. He's a tiny penis.
guys, you tuned into their Great Balls of Fire episode. This is what you should have expected. We're going in strong already. So starting things off, what do you guys want to talk about? You want to go right into the matches? You want to talk about anything that happened on Raw and SmackDown leading up to this? Because
I made some notes. I haven't been watching in full, but I did go on YouTube and catch up on what they're doing and stuff. Certain things that are annoying me right now. The feuds going into their third pay-per-view in a row are really stale right now. And the specific ones are the Hardys, Cesaro, and Sheamus. I'm over it. I'm over the Hardys. I'm like completely over the Hardys, and yet I know if they push Jeff as a singles, I'm gonna love him. But Matt is, without the broken gimmick, Matt has no business being in WWE right now. Like he's got nothing. He's bringing nothing to the table. That might not.
Like I think he's just waiting.
I hope so, but like they had Jeff Jarrett talk about the situation again, and he was saying that they're gonna fight him to the nails and take him to court and everything. So because he's saying that.
No, but
And yet I also read that
like
they are
waiting.
close to an agreement too.
Yeah.
That's all over the place. But I mean, just Matt in his current state, be it his fault or WWE's fault, I have no interest in this Matt Hardy. So like either he changes it up, doesn't even have to be the broken thing. He could just find something new. He's good at that. I always loved his V1 gimmick. That was my favorite incarnation of Matt Hardy, and they did nothing with it.
You know, I
I'm
like
just
it.
tired of them. That and Orton and oh god, Jinder Mahal. I forgot his fucking name for a second. That is stale as shit, and it's hilarious that Orton is now getting booed. Like there are boos for Randy Orton because that's how fucking stale he is as a babyface. So I predict a heel turn in the next couple months. But good things though.
He needs it.
Good things. Styles and Gable was real good on SmackDown. I liked it. There was a few things that I nitpicked though. That reminded me of PWG stuff. There was a counter out of the Styles clash that Styles had Gable up, and like Gable didn't counter him. Styles just threw him to the side. Like if you're gonna counter a move, you need to make it look like you did the countering, not the other guy. And the other thing that annoyed the shit out of me is something that I've always been against. I hate it when people go for a moonsault and then they land on their feet, like to be like, oh, I knew you were gonna get up. If you knew he was gonna get up, you wouldn't have done it. You would have just stopped.
No, it's that he saw it in midair.
You can't. It's impossible.
They saw it in midair.
It's fucking impossible.
Upside down.
I've done a goddamn moonsault. It's impossible.
He swung his feet to increase the torsion, right, to land on the feet.
No, these
You're
pro
not a
wrestlers are
superstar.
not they're not fucking Super Saiyans.
They're not mutants. But the match was good though overall. It was really fun to see some fresh matchups on SmackDown. The Battle Royal was really good as well. I liked that it came down to the final three of Zayn, Styles, and Mr. 10 Perfect 10.
I
That was
guess
good.
Ty Dillinger, man. First of all, he hasn't
they
been
fucked him up
shown
already.
since
They
the
fucked him
last.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like all NXT people, unless it's like a true main event guy like a Kevin Owens or an AJ Styles, like I know Styles didn't even come from there, but like they can't help themselves for whatever. I still stand by this. I think that there is a battle going on within WWE right now between the Vince controlled side and Triple H's controlled side, because I think the moment Vince dies, which is so sad to say, but it's going to be the best thing that could happen to WWE, because then at least the NXT style of booking is going to definitely take over in WWE. Like that's just going to be the way it is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest Ty Dillinger fan, but it's so fucking stupid. You could see they were building him up. They had him the very first pay-per-view.
Good reaction.
He's getting great reaction. It's coming in, and then after that pay-per-view where he beat Aiden English, gone. No SmackDowns until he showed up on this past one. I'm like, what in the fuck are they doing?
They booked him like the heel at the end there too.
Yeah, and they booked him strong too. I mean, like
strong, but him like beating the shit out of Styles and Zayn trying to eliminate them just made him look like a bad dude. I mean, like it didn't. Yeah. I didn't really like that portion.
I thought he was hurt. I went and looked, but he's every house show. He's like fighting Aiden English on every house show. So I don't know what
he wasn't hurt. Yeah, he wasn't hurt. It's that NXT thing, man. I mean, like they killed Bayley dead. Like she's officially dead. There's no.
I think you're right.
Saving her. And like I have a theory on this because Meltzer was talking about how Bayley. They were trying to do a Bayley Corey Graves like relationship thing.
Yes, I heard about
storyline, and I have a feeling that she probably just turned it down, rightfully so, because her character is supposed to be like a super fan, not a slut backstage who's sleeping with a married man. Like that just reeks of they don't know her character or they hate her. And so I think she turned it down, and that's why all of a sudden she went from being the strong book champion to just, that's the end of you.
That's one out of the gauntlet match. Even
Man, that was fucking that was ludicrous. That
Yeah.
If they had gone like 15, 20 minutes, then I could have accepted it. But she was just destroyed.
Yeah, that's the bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they go straight from the Kane match, the Kane on a pole, which wrecked her credibility, and then next thing you know, the first one out in the gauntlet match. It's like, God, it for real. It looks really grim. I was one of the ones saying no, she'll be fine. But dude, it's looking really fucking grim. They're gonna have to do something big with her.
Yeah,
And
well, it's
I don't
just
know
like what they
it's gonna
did with Sasha, though. Like they did the same thing with Sasha. So Sasha does the back and forth with Charlotte, which I hated, but whatever. I mean, at least she was winning matches. But then she just like started jobbing out to everybody, and she was just gone. But now all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, I guess like I feel like they say it's classic Vince, where he's with somebody and he'll focus on them for a long time, and then all of a sudden he's bored, and that's the end of you until he just needs to bring you back again.
Yeah, no, we were actually talking about this before you joined onto the Skype call. Basically, just saying that's what they do with the women, like tenfold even more than the men in the promotion, where they're in favor for a while, then they just once the women are out of favor, they just get crushed for sometimes years, and then their turn comes up again, and then all of a sudden they're winning handicap matches and they're beating everybody again. You know.
Yeah, I liked the story of the battle royal they had for the women. I just hated the fact that they sacrificed Bayley like that. I get what they were trying to go for.
Yeah, they're building
trying to
Jax
make
up. Yeah,
they're trying to make her into a beast, which I think that was the perfect way to do it. And I also really liked the finish. I thought a lot of people where they were talking shit about the fact that Nia tapped out. Dude, like she didn't get straight up put into a submission. Like she had to really get countered into that. Like it was almost luck that happened, and that she went through all those women. Like I thought the booking of it was superb. But there was don't even have Bayley in the fucking match then. Keep her off TV. Because if you already had her off TV, there's no reason to put her in a match like that and just job her out and make her look like a fucking idiot. Because that's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
awful.
they need to rehabilitate her at this point. It's just,
well, they said that there's a rumor that they want to turn her heel.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What did I say
she's
on
one
the
of
last
the top,
episode?
Yeah, she's one of the top merch sellers for the women, and they're like, let's just kill her merch now, too. Fuck it.
No, dude, she is like Steamboat. She should never, ever be healed.
Never.
That character should not even exist.
They had her doing Make-A-Wish stuff, and they're thinking of turning her heel. Like, come on.
She
really could be the female Cena.
I really don't think it's just because she's in the doghouse, because they've taken away her credibility, they've killed her dead on TV, and now they're like, well, she still sells good merch, so let's turn her heel so that'll die. Because that's one traditional reason why a lot of wrestlers prefer to be face over heel. One of the few reasons, because they sell way more merch as a face. But like somebody backstage just absolutely hates her, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was Dunn. Because Dunn, the stories you hear about that fucking man are legendary.
That rat face prick.
Yeah. And thankfully, he'll be gone the moment Triple H takes over, because they fucking hate each other.
Do they really? I hope so. That'd be great, but I didn't hear that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you know what would be really great about that? The fact that their shows might actually look interesting and different again after 20
I was gonna
years.
say, when they brought out Balor on Raw when he debuted originally, it's like, why is the entrance boring? Because the normal production guys don't know how to do anything with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all NXT production staff. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why Dunn has nothing to do with NXT at all. Like Vince has the final say on some stuff, but Dunn apparently has absolutely nothing to do with it. That's all Triple H. So that's why I'm just telling you, it's time for Vince to go. I mean, I've been saying it for fucking 10 years.
Yeah, I think he'll
live till 103 or something, but it's time for him to go, because the product is boring. They have the best talent in the world, and yet like they only have glimpses of good things that happen. It should just be amazing all the time. Like
it's almost
New
in
Japan
spite of
really
itself.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into Great Balls of Fire, did you guys see the rap battle on SmackDown or anything from it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw the Xavier Woods line they edited out of the replay.
Yes, that's what I was wondering. Did anybody else
they
see
edited
that?
it out?
What'd he say?
One of the Usos said, "Don't get X-rated like your boy Xavier," in a reference to the.
Yeah, let's keep it PG, like your boy Xavier Woods.
That's funny.
And then they cut it out from there. So
Yeah, they cut it out.
Doesn't exist.
I wonder.
which is, yeah.
I don't blame them. I mean, they have.
It's implied, but okay, that was live. Don't
That's
do it
more
again.
than implied. That's straight up saying you did a porno, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and Xavier's face was like, you could tell. I mean, man, if he didn't know it was coming, he sold it fucking great.
According to funnily enough, Wale was on Reddit talking about it.
Uh-huh.
And he said that both sides kept the lines to themselves until they were out there.
Wow, that's
good.
good. That's
So
smart,
the Usos
though.
didn't know what the Usos didn't know what New Day was saying. New Day didn't know what the Usos were saying, and no one knew what any of them were saying.
That's good. That's fucking good. That's
So
how
when
it should
everyone
be.
had those reactions, those were real reactions that happened at that moment.
Yeah, I really like the Kerry Roman's bag line. That was pretty damn good. That was a good one. No, but yeah, I just want to know if you guys saw that because that was fucking epic.
Yeah, it was fun. It was nice and it was fun. And
Hope
it's nice when they give us something to just have fun with.
Yeah.
And on the topic of fun, because I did discover it to make sure, they've got Naomi's belt glowing.
Yes.
If
Yeah, that's what I
followers
said
of the
earlier.
show
They-
know
they
we've
got
been
lights
wanting
on it
that
now.
for months. There's
They
belts on
finally.
it.
I've been going crazy for it.
Yeah,
They
it's
finally got
fantastic.
lights on it.
How long before she fucking loses it now that they finally put lights on?
If she loses the next interview, I'm gonna kill someone.
Didn't they do that with somebody? Like they changed
Tommy
the belt?
Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer.
Is that what it was?
Hardcore title.
Yeah.
Hardcore
That's
title.
fucking
Yep.
stupid.
They gave him a brand new like New York license plate version, and then the title got unified immediately.
That's fucking horrible.
Yeah, he came out with it and lost it. So
Yep.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cool.
So Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't have anything else for SmackDown. Let's get right into the pay-per-view. I want to say one thing that jumps out right away that I think is a shocker. We thought at the what was it? The Extreme Rules that the Fatal 5-Way. A lot of people thought Finn Balor was going to win and he would be going on. He's not even on the fucking card.
Yeah, he'll be on the pre-show.
Yeah,
Fighting.
I guess.
Him and Drifter.
Yeah.
I guess so. That would be 9 matches on the card. But man, yeah, fucking.
Well,
He's doing fantastic though.
He's
I mean,
doing
I-
good, but doesn't have a fucking spot. That's crazy.
now
To me.
the overall
Well,
thing to
if
look
they're
at
gonna
here-
use him soon, there's no point in throwing him with some random person for one pay-per-view. Really, is there?
Right.
I think he's next for Brock. That's my
No,
guess.
Yeah, I think so.
that's
I think so too.
that's been what I'm hearing. I have also heard they kind of scrapped that for now because it was supposed to be Brock and Braun, and Brock and Roman was for Mania. Now that might be for SummerSlam. So things are kind of like they're changing the order of it, but it's still going to happen. Like they wouldn't have had Heyman cut that promo if that wasn't an eventual goal. So,
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
they
know.
just have a Brock fiesta going on right now.
yep. Which good. Let's have the matches happen. Let's go.
I just want Joe to be able to get him off my TV.
Now, how good is that?
Now I
build?
started thinking about Brock coming out to a mariachi band.
So yeah, I don't know. We don't want to spend too much time on each match, but Neville Tozawa. Does anybody see Neville losing this belt? I don't see him losing the belt.
No, I don't see it.
Should be a fun match though.
Yeah, it's always going to be good. And
Yeah.
as I was going through watching some of the highlights, god damn, I know we say it every fucking show, but you're watching highlights and everybody's cheering when they go to Raw, and then as soon as there's a 205 live match, it's dead silent. It's fucking so disheartening.
Because it's boring.
I know we say it
Once
every time,
Neville's in
but
the
yeah,
match,
it's
boring.
so
And
it
they-
sucks so
they've
bad.
But they're like that even when Neville is in the match. It's
But I mean, the matches aren't boring. The matches aren't that boring.
Yeah, they
that's
are.
my
How it's
point. I don't
always
think it's that the
presented.
match is boring. I think
Cedric
there's no
Alexander's
build
fucking
and it's
good.
random.
It's
No, I
presented
mean-
as something completely different, which
Yeah.
they disassociate from.
That they have no context for. That they've trained everyone that this is a 2-minute piss break because all the matches are like under 3 minutes for the most part. So it's like, why the fuck would anyone want to bother watching? This is the commercial break match. This is the piss break match. This is the buy your T-shirt match from the Jehu walking around with the T-shirts. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's just.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean,
that's,
honestly they should keep the 205 off those fucking shows and just and not even bother because
I don't
they're
think
not
it's got
they're not
much life
they're,
left.
they're not doing anything to promote it with those shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just another thing that Triple H created that was fantastic the way he created it,
Yep.
and then gave it to Vince, and he ruined it. Like
It's
just like most of the NXT people.
It's a total fucking 180 from the initial tournament.
Yep.
Like the initial tournament was treated seriously. It was almost New Japan like. It was like treated like a sport. It was almost sports like and professional, and people had interest in it. And now it's just the cruiserweights like we've always seen them on WWE.
Yeah.
And they were never going to be able to keep up that pace either. Like when I say Vince turned it to shit, I'm not saying that they were going to be able to wrestle the quality of match that they were doing during the tournament, because that is a recipe for destroying careers too fast.
Oh, yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with how they wrestle now. My problem is the production that they put behind that show is awful. It's just all they had to do was keep that same awesome feel that they had from the tournament. I love the little like Mortal Kombat little graphics they would do, the giving the backstory to people. They come to the main roster and it's like, okay, well you're just small, so fuck it, just go out there and do flippy moves, I guess. This is
Yeah,
boring.
it almost feels like it should be, if they want to save it, maybe they should try to merge it with NXT. Make a cruiserweight, like put the cruiserweight belt exclusively on NXT or something like
Yeah,
that.
Triple H won't have that though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
probably,
not ruining his baby.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on. That's kickoff match. In case you didn't know, that's gonna be on the kickoff show. I guess my guess is opening the show is either gonna be the Iron Man match or the Ambrose and Miz match. So let's just go over the Miz and Ambrose match again. What, like 19th, 45th time, somewhere around there.
Oh God, I hope Miz just crushes him and moves on. Jesus Christ.
Again, title's not changing hands. I can see disqualification here, but I don't. The title's not going to switch. Dean Ambrose isn't going to get it back because he's got the goons with him. He's got the Job Squad, Social Outcast,
The
Dallas.
Miz Taraj, yeah.
The Miz Taraj. There's the word.
the
I
Miz
couldn't-
There you go.
Taraj. Yeah, you call him the Miz Taraj. Yeah. No. Miz is going to leave with the title. I don't know how, but
Yeah, I hope so.
yeah. I mean, there's no way,
Yeah.
no way. I see no way they're giving it to Ambrose. No way.
Yeah, I agree. Miz
yeah.
is doing
Like-
some really good work again. He's starting to rebuild that title. It's a shame that the moment they take it off and put on someone else, it's going to go back to being shit again.
Well,
It
I mean,
is
not
pretty
necessarily.
telling. It's pretty telling, though, how they've taken it off him a couple times and put it back, and he's gotten it right back to where it needs to be.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's a testament there. They keep interrupting him, and he's like, I was saying, and it just
Yeah.
goes right
Yeah.
back to where it was. Like, geez, that's pretty incredible.
As with
Wasn't that-
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as with everybody else, I'm getting so fucking frustrated with what's going on with Ambrose. He's so lost right now.
Yeah.
He's
I think the two. Well, he's bad off, but I was going to say the person I think is the most lost is Luke Harper.
Yes,
Oh
correct.
man,
That's true.
he's so fucking good, and they.
Yep.
I don't. This is once again they just break up the Wyatt family because like there's no reason why they're not next to him right now in his feud with Rollins. Like,
Yeah.
why do they continue to break him up? Now I get breaking up Braun because Braun was new and they had an idea for him. Cool, that's fine. But what are the other two family members doing on SmackDown? Nothing.
Yeah, Rowan and they're not doing anything.
Has
yeah.
Rowan
Nothing.
been seen?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's been.
no,
yeah.
they were in the Battle Royal.
And he's
Okay.
been
Aside
getting
from
wins.
that-
Rowan's been getting wins from what I remember. I think so, like just against jobbers. But
There's just no reason to break
I
them
have to
up.
go
It's a
back and look.
credible tag team when their tag division is pretty weak, and they're not doing anything with them as singles guys. So like, just why do they keep? If they have such a problem with keeping the Wyatt family together, and then they always get cold feet eventually, and then they put them back together, and then they break them up again. Like I heard before, they said that the reason was they wanted Bray to have a credible singles push. Then stop having him fucking lose to everybody.
Yeah.
I am the eater of worlds and all this bullshit,
Oh,
and I don't believe
his
his never win.
character. His character is so goddamn stale.
And his singles push would be no less credible with those guys by his side as long as he was getting fucking wins.
Yeah. And he needs to work on his promos because they're just drivel now. Like he
They're
just he comes out like if you go back and you watch his original first, it was in Florida, not in NXT, the one they had before that I can't remember, but they're
FLW.
FCW.
yeah. He did a
Or whatever.
promo. And he was talking about his daddy had a shrimp boat and stuff, and I was like, but when you listen to it, it was interesting, it was fascinating, and he was telling you a point. And now it's just like, I'll walk around the desert and I'll see shit, man.
Yeah.
It's so boring. It doesn't have a fucking point anymore, and there's no credibility behind what he's saying because he fucking loses all the time. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Rollins beats him.
Oh,
I wouldn't.
I believe it. Yeah.
yeah,
He's kind of a higher profile version of the Drifter right now.
And I really like what the Drifter's
I can
doing.
see
but
that, yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I think
I'm
he's- I
amazed
love
that
the
worked.
Drifter.
I'm
That's
amazed that worked as well as it did because I'm like
I
that'll
hate the
never
Drifter.
work.
I've always hated the Drifter. I will always hate the Drifter.
I just love him doing his little music thing, and I hope they keep him with Sheamus and Cesaro because I feel like they all work together really well.
yeah, because he's kind of like up in the air too. He needs something to something to hang on to there and get something going.
And Bray should
but-
still be WWE champion on SmackDown with the Wyatt family. There's no fucking reason why they put
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, I looked up Rowan and I was kind of wrong. He's just been losing to Dillinger and Harper on house shows,
There you go.
and also has been just thrown into like big 8-man tag matches. So yeah, he's
Yeah, he's just a
That's
guy.
a non-factor.
Yep, that's nothing. Yeah, that's he's floating around. But so we already kind of just covered it right there. Do you guys think Rollins is going to get the win over Wyatt?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
I'm willing to bet as well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely.
They're not going to have the
possible.
cover athlete of the new game lose.
Oh, that's true. That's
That's
true. They
true.
just named that
I
too.
just-
Yeah.
I feel like a loss for Rollins to someone like Bray Wyatt will hurt him, and yet like Wyatt's so fucking far down the totem pole, it doesn't matter if he loses.
Yeah,
If they went somewhere with Wyatt being delusional about his, like he keeps thinking like, I won. It's like, no, you didn't.
No,
if they
man,
went somewhere with that might be something, but they're not. He's just like, I'm the guy. I talk like Jake the Snake,
Yeah.
and you believe what I say. It's like, but everyone beats you.
That
Oh,
program,
did you see Jake the Snake trying to pitch to get
Yes.
a program with Wyatt? Yeah.
Yep. He also
And
gave some advice to Orton, or he said he wants to give advice to Orton. Thinks he can give him that extra edge to, make him good
If
again. or
Jake
make
the
him,
Snake is offering that advice, you take it.
I
it's like,
mean, yeah.
This just in: Jake the Snake beats Bray Wyatt clean in the middle of the.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake making the comeback.
That fucking feud with Orton killed him fucking dead. Like
Yeah.
that. I remember
should've
like
left-
everybody's
he
saying,
should've
"Oh, it's
won
gonna
it.
be good. It's gonna be good." God, it was awful as fuck. I mean, like he couldn't recover after that. Like Orton just destroyed him in every way you could possibly destroy Bray Wyatt.
I guess, but Bray Wyatt, he's still that character though. That I mean, he's still going to be relevant. I feel he's not going to be a guy that gets lost like a lot of these other guys. He's
I
got
think he already is lost. I don't think he's relevant at all right now. He
still
people
is
don't really react to him.
He's got one of the
They-
stronger characters though on the show, like
I don't
actual
think he does
character.
anymore. I think he did.
No, he's an entrance. That's all he is now.
Yeah,
Is an entrance.
he's an Undertaker. He's like Undertaker before Undertaker started having really good WrestleMania matches.
Well, and then look what
Yeah.
happened, to Undertaker, huh?
Yeah, then he got terrible
Yeah.
again though. So
Bray Wyatt could go, but hasn't. So
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. By the way, we talked about Seth Rollins on the cover of 2K18. Guess what? Just heard today, 2K18, all 2K18 fans out there, the first ever 8 competitors in a match. That's going to be happening on 2K18.
finally.
Yep, first ever.
Yep.
That's what I heard.
Same buggy bullshit.
Oh yeah,
Oh, no,
internet's
yeah.
going to be horrible.
new buggy bullshit.
Yeah, online's
Yeah.
going to be horrible, but
8 at 1.
Yeah.
yeah, but
That's good.
I heard that today.
There was a
That's
game
good.
back in the day that had that was like a feature. Wasn't it the Royal Rumble game for like
Maybe.
Dreamcast?
The arcade
Maybe,
ones?
yeah.
Yep. It was like 8 or 10 or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking for Fire Pro Wrestling. By the way, I'm going to be streaming the fuck out of that. It comes out next Monday. So, anybody listening, that's a little teaser right there.
If it's as good as the previous games in the series, and it's one where you actually have to use psychology to actually win a match. You just don't mash buttons, do Mortal Kombat moves and bullshit.
And it's going to be my first one, so I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, moving on. Enzo Cass, what do you guys think about this feud going on right now?
Stale.
What? I like it.
You like it?
I like
think
it.
it's-
I'm on
I
board.
just think it's two characters that they. Bleh. It's like
So
Enzo.
it's another Wyatt family issue. Like
They easily-
it's not time for this.
They easily could have salvaged it into having Enzo manage Cass.
Mhm.
I see
And
what
that
you're
would have
saying,
been
but
a way to do it. Breaking
I
them
find
up,
it-
we're literally seeing it happen over on this other side of Raw with R-Truth and Goldust. It's a similar thing, and yet that's being done better than this.
I disagree with that. I don't know. I like this. I think the fans are into it. I don't see how you think the other side's better.
well, I mean, here's the thing. I agree in the fact that I like Enzo and Cass as a team better, but I like Enzo so much. I hate to see him just fall into a fucking manager
Oh, he's
role.
done.
He's
I
always
know,
done.
I know, but
The
I
only
like
way they
him
could have
so
salvaged
much.
both of them
But-
is to have him as a manager. Having it one-on-one,
Yeah, but we're looking.
he's gonna die.
Yeah, but looking at it as what they got right now, I think it's going really well. I'm really into it. I think Enzo's been fucking spicing up. Cass looks. I've never been fucking sold on Cass. I'm still waiting. I've not thrown him out yet, but I'm still waiting on him to
Just-
fucking do
You
something.
have to look at it from the Vince angle of look at this giant
Yeah,
monster
he's fucking huge.
and the
I get-
scrappy little guy.
I get that.
He's-
He's huge. Yeah.
I look at Cass and I
I'm
see
100%. I'm 100% with Bomber on this one.
Yeah, I
Sadly.
mean,
I hate
sadly,
agreeing with
I
Bomber,
heard
but
that
I agree with
fucker.
Bomber.
fucker.
I look at Cass. I look at a big lumbering, bug-eyed guy with no moveset.
He's
I look
a
at
big
Enzo.
edge.
I look at Enzo. I see a guy who, if he was a couple inches taller, probably would be world champion someday. But unfortunately, his size is really against him. But I will say he cut a fucking hell of a promo on Monday.
Dude, yeah, that's what I was about to say. He fucking tore Cass up, man, with that line about you're a catchphrase that I wrote. Fucking great. That
Yeah.
was a fucking fantastic
But
line.
that's great. He can talk all the stuff, and then Cass will throw him down the ramp.
Yes, Cass is going to beat the shit.
That's the problem.
Yeah, I know.
I cannot see Enzo winning that.
He is the ultimate
After
like
seeing
scrappy
their matches
That's his.
as a team, I literally don't see a way that Enzo can believably beat him because he's never believably beat anybody.
Yeah, they've never booked him as the scrappy guy who actually fights and gets a win.
No,
They've
he's the
always booked
scrappy
him-
guy
That gets
that
beat up.
loses.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
he gets beat up and Cass saves his ass. That's
So
how
if
they've
this
always
is
booked him.
coming out, cool. If he comes out there and he makes it work, but
Do you guys want to
No, I
see
don't
this
think-
end here, or do you want to see it continue?
They'll continue it.
I hope
if
so.
Cass
Another-
wins,
yeah, they'll
they'll continue because Enzo will be like, I need a different way to do it. But
Yeah.
So I like how they're booking it. I think I think if you're gonna do it, it's booked perfectly. Like this is the way you would want to do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the fact that these guys they're like one of their top selling merch people and they're breaking them up for no reason is real fucking dumb. Like wait, give them a year. Give them a year. They never got a proper run with the tag titles. The fans still react like crazy to them. And I have a prediction here. I'm going to say it now. Once Enzo is done getting destroyed by Cass, you're just going to see him on 205 Live because I don't think they think highly of him at all. But I think Cass is a big dude. Vince thinks he's the guy, but Enzo is clearly the star of the two because of his personality. He's not a good wrestler, but
he's what made it work. Yeah.
And Cass, I think Cass is in serious trouble. I think he's just there's nothing about him that's special other than Enzo.
Thank you. Perfectly
that
said.
was it.
Perfectly said.
No, I
I
agree.
mean, I like him. I like Cass, but I like him with Enzo. I can't see him holding it his own by himself. One thing they did though, I thought was absolutely fucking like my favorite thing of this whole encounter so far was when he walked up to Graves randomly after the commercial break and he told Graves stay out of my business. That was fucking awesome. It's stuff they're doing with Graves right now is so good. I love it. He's basically their Jesse Ventura now.
Well, he's like
Yeah,
involved in everything,
oh,
though. I don't know.
God, I fucking love it though. It makes it feel natural. Like when he got that text message, even though I think it kind of fucked up when he went backstage, but like when he walked out and was like, I got a text, I gotta go. Things like that make the show feel natural and not scripted. And so it's amazing that they haven't ruined that yet.
And to piggyback on that, it's the idea of the whole show flowing together, one to the next, not just now it's time for this thing. No, everything kind of changed through from one bit to the next.
Yeah.
What I don't understand with turning Cass heel right now is, he's a big monster, whatever. Where does he fit in the landscape? The IC title's on a bad guy, so he's not going to go after that. And is he going after the world title? Well, you've got Braun and Brock, if you call Brock a heel, depending. But he's not going after that right now. There's already literally 5 guys plus Braun ahead of him.
That's a good point.
So why is Cass getting involved in that
And
now?
the tag titles are like wide open too for
They
them to
literally.
challenge.
How dumb is Cass to be like, you know what, you're holding me back. I need to break up this team. I go after the big world title that has a lineup of 10 people in front. When the tag titles, we can just go yoink and take.
And will be defended on like 3 pay-per-views a year.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, I could see.
Cass
yeah.
looks like a giant Edge to me as well.
Yeah, it kind of
yeah.
does.
It's weird. Every now and
that's
then I'm like, why is Edge all stretched? But
Random thought here too. I was thinking about it. Just to throw back to the Bailey thing real quick. I really do think she's going heel now because they traditionally, before someone turns heel, they'll have them job out like crazy. Because they've said it before. They did this to Ryback too. They had him lose a bunch right before he turned. And the idea from them is that they say that like Vince's thing is that when they turn heel, everything starts fresh. So it doesn't matter if they lost like 20 matches because they turned heel. So now we can start over from scratch. So I really do think she's going to turn
To
heel.
a point, that's true. I mean, to a certain extent, that's
It's
true.
not really. No, I mean if you're
I mean,
a fucking loser, you're a loser. That's all.
I
there is
get
to
the
it.
idea. Like, if this doesn't work, I'm going to try something new.
Yeah,
That's
well-
the angle of it.
You know what?
but
Didn't help Ziggler.
To a certain extent, it's
No,
true.
no,
Not
agreed.
everybody, but
I get the mentality, but that's not what they're actually doing.
I mean, that's what they do with Jinder. I mean, shit, that's what they did with Jinder Mahal.
Yeah, but she's just not a heel. I mean, that's just all there is
True.
to it. Her
Yeah,
character is
and
not.
she's not as vascular as Jinder
No.
is either.
Not quite.
God damn. I'm losing it on Jinder, by the way. I was all in, and now he's just become a generic JBL ripoff, and
I'm so shocked.
he's so
I'm
fucking
so-
boring.
Yeah.
You
Nothing.
say he's Jin Derek?
Oh,
Oh,
that is.
Jeez.
Yep.
don't
But
get
no,
it.
and
I-
a little side note, Zion.
Is his name Eric?
God damn it, no, shut up. I look at our YouTube channel and I have your reviews for all your pay-per-views at the bottom of our YouTube channel, and I looked at the numbers as far as views go. All the pay-per-views the past 2 pay-per-views SmackDown has done with Jinder Mahal, like way down in the numbers compared to every other pay-per-view. That's because of Jinder Mahal, buddy. That's because of Jinder Mahal.
I don't think it's because the Raw ones aren't doing very good either, though.
Well, they're
So
doing
it's
like
in general.
at least probably double what Jinder Mahal pay-per-views
Yeah.
are doing.
I mean, it's just I still don't think SmackDown being of poor quality is 100% his fault.
No.
It's just there's nothing to look forward to with him as the
When
problem.
you got him in the main event of your show, I feel like that is a big hindrance on you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
You know, having Lesnar main event, I may hate him, but at least like that makes the pay-per-view seem special.
Yeah.
But like with Jinder Mahal is like your main event guy, obviously that's not special in the slightest. Like there's nothing special
it's
about it at all.
Kujami
Especially when you have
Prison.
like AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. You have some of the best wrestlers on the planet, and you put a fucking jobber as the WWE champion.
Hey, they got to be
That's
big in
not-
India, man.
Wait, not only a jobber, but have him feud with Randy Orton.
Oh,
double
God.
fucking
Randy
whammy.
Randy.
Yeah.
Double
Put me to
whammy.
sleep.
Anyway, moving on. Let's just talk about. Did we mention? I mean, we'd mentioned it, but the Cesaro Sheamus.
Oh, I get it because he's generic.
God damn it! Shut up. That was 30 minutes ago. Anyway, 30-minute Iron Man match. I'm not gonna lie. I like the stipulation on it. I don't remember many.
30-minute Iron Man matches though.
Well,
I hate it.
Have you seen it? I don't remember a tag
I hate
team.
it, and I'll tell you why
No, I
I
don't
hate
remember
it.
tag team.
Because the same thing happens in all of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're in the last minute, and they're basically tied up. Oh my God, one person just took the lead. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? The clock is ticking down. Are they?
And they do that throw.
I would
say
like
so.
Not
to
like you get an Iron Man match that ends up one-sided or anything. They're all.
There's been a
The
few.
first 28 minutes of this thing will not matter.
I'm hoping that we get
No.
something better out of the Hardys involved in that because they'll have a better mind for it. Like if they're down by 2, okay, now it's a scramble. Not only beat them, but beat them twice,
It
maybe
just
even
doesn't
3
matter.
times.
I don't know. It's
I
It
don't
doesn't
know.
matter
Interesting to
because the first
actually
28
see.
minutes don't matter.
To counter
matter
your
at all.
point, Rab, I was live in attendance for one of the best Iron Man matches of all time. Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle. That was fucking amazing. That was a great match. So,
Wasn't that a proper 60 or was that only 30?
That was 30.
It was a 60. No, it was 60.
It was a 60.
Yeah, it was on
That's my
SmackDown.
problem.
Yeah.
The
There's two
SmackDown
problems.
Yep, on
Yeah,
SmackDown.
that was on SmackDown. There was 2 problems. So the fact that it's 30 minutes makes this extra bullshit. Because if it's 60 minutes, then they can go the first 20 minutes without a pinfall, and so it makes sense. But because it's 30 minutes, they're gonna do what they always do in 30. It's like, oh no, somehow Cesaro and Sheamus are up 2 falls like in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah.
How will they ever come? It's like they always make the matches like shorter. The best Iron Man matches are either the ones that go all out and just like there's like 20 falls spread throughout evenly, or the ones where they wait until the very end, like, and they only have 1 or 2 falls.
Yeah.
But this is going to be that typical shit. Sheamus and Cesaro are going to get like a couple of really quick early ones. The Hardys will fight back. The Hardys will tie them. And then like Sheamus and Cesaro will get like one on top of it. And, oh no, can the Hardys beat the Oh no, they didn't. Okay, well that's it. Yeah. This stipulation's dumb. And the fact that it's a tag thing doesn't interest me. I think Iron Man matches should be singles, and it can be done
I was
in
gonna
half
say-
the time because obviously Bayley and Sasha had one of the best women's matches of all time. That was another Iron Man match.
Mhm.
But no, I think of the Hardys. I don't want them in an Iron Man match.
I don't see
So
the
do you
logic
think
behind
it's going to
doing
end?
that.
Do you think it's going to end with someone giving up the pinfall with 1 second left, or do you think it's going to end with someone getting the pinfall 1 second too late?
I
late.
think it's going to be, yeah, it's going to
Too
be,
late. Jeff's gonna hit the swanton, and it's gonna count down before he can get the cover.
yeah,
That's what I think.
that's a safe bet. That's what I would say too. Yep. I would say that too.
So the fact that I gave you a very generic binary method of how the match ends, and you know it will be one of the two, is
Yes.
why I don't want to see this.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to make you want to
Just
see
give
it,
them a
but
normal match. Just give them a normal match. They're good teams. Like they can have a fun match.
'Cause
They
I'm-
don't have to Iron Man match.
I'm of 2 minds of it because Iron Man match doesn't make any sense with the feud. Like I don't get why that's a thing. But I
see that, yeah.
with Bomber though, I kind of understand. Like even if like that's probably how it's going to end, it can still be a fun 28 minutes leading up to
Yeah.
that. It can still be entertaining. It can.
I
So
just don't think it
I'm
will.
not writing it off with those teams. They're good teams for it.
I will say this. There have been more good Iron Man matches than bad Iron Man matches. I will say that, like, just in general. And I don't recall ever seeing a tag team Iron Man match. So,
Yeah, no, history will be made, and they'll make up weird rules like the cage match.
oh god,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sasha Banks, Alexa Bliss. I don't see Bliss losing the title. What you guys?
They certainly built up Sasha versus not like most girls really well. It doesn't seem like she's been built up against Alexa Bliss at all. Like
No.
it seems
Agreed.
like it's still her and why am I forgetting her name? Big Viscera, female Vis.
Jax.
Yeah,
Nia
Jax.
Jax.
It's like
Viscera. Oh my god, big Viscera.
yeah, female Vis.
Oh my god.
I can see the outfit. It's kind of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
kind of
just-
the
and
outfit. I can see that.
I'm
can
not
see it.
sold on Alexa Bliss as champion either. I still think it's too soon for her.
She
I
was-
like her. I like her as a character, but I think she's still really green in the ring, and she's just not on Sasha Banks level or Charlotte or
that is the
or any of
problem.
the.
She's
other
not. She's much better than all of them outside the ring.
Yeah, I agree. She's
Yeah.
awesome on the microphone.
Not very good in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that'll
She's
come with
sloppy.
time.
She's really sloppy.
But
she's
hey,
gonna get better though. I really do think she'll get better.
I
but
think so
like,
too. She's got the athleticism for it. She's got good move sets, but she's just really sloppy. But that comes with time. Exactly.
She'll get
yeah.
there.
I'm excited
throwing
to
the
see where
title
she's
on her
gonna
was
go.
not-
Yeah.
Throwing the title on her was not a good idea because it's just
Yeah,
it,
I don't know that it's a bad idea, honestly. It's not.
well, it's because
lot.
the quality of people she's going to be working with though is going to expose how bad she is compared to them. So if this was like the Smackdown brand, I think she'd probably be a lot better off because there's a lot more novices over there. But
Yeah.
most of the women on Raw are fairly decent. So I don't know. And also I still am sour with what they did. They destroyed Bailey to help Alexa, and Alexa doesn't really seem to be doing a whole lot with it. I don't know. I give her time. Give her a year or two, and I think that she could be on Trish Stratus level. Because Trish started really terrible too, and they have a
Yeah.
lot of comparisons. But it's just right now she's so bad in the ring that it exposes her matches, and I haven't found one of her matches to be good yet. Not a single one. I've not been impressed.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. But yeah,
Great ass, though.
Trish is a good.
Great
Yeah,
ass.
Trish is a good comparison, I think, too, because she worked her fucking ass off and became one of the best. So.
Oh, of all time. Yeah.
Yep. All right. I guess this is it, guys. Ambulance match. Who is fucking
Yes.
excited for this shit? This
Oh
should be
man,
good.
I'm so hyped for it. This feud is amazing.
Yeah.
They have magical chemistry together. I fucking love Roman Reigns, and I would literally watch them every single pay-per-view in a new, like, this is the one. Give them the Iron Man match. Give them the steel cage. Give them Melza. They are so good together. It's insane. Like this, I think one day a WrestleMania main event in like 5-6 years is going to be Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. It's one of those.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
really
it's
think
possible.
he's
You know
that.
what? As crazy as that sounds, this reminds me of a thing like they're trying to set up something like they did back with Triple H and The Rock back in the day, and they eventually main evented. It's like these two are just destined forever to steal from Sammy and
And
Kevin.
both guys look good.
It
every
feels
time.
that way with
Have
these
to win.
guys, and it's not stale.
No matter what. Oh, so good. I love Braun. I love him.
It's the perfect combination of Braun, who's so fucking over, Reigns, who everybody hates,
He's
and
like anti-over. It's great.
and Reigns, who, by the way, I keep saying it every single show, all the time. Reigns puts on good fucking matches. Say what you want, he
Oh, he's
puts
great.
on good
He
matches.
is like
good
Cena.
matches.
You can hate him all you want, but he delivers.
Well, yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I can see
Yeah,
that.
no, he does. You can.
I think-
like,
I think
no.
he's better than
It's
Cena
literally.
Yeah, I was about
what
to
you
say, I was never
described
big on
is-
Cena's matches, though.
I think Reigns is
I
way
think
better than
Cena's,
Cena.
I think Cena's
Oh,
better
I
than
agree,
Reigns.
but it's that same level of thing. People can hate on him, but he always
I mean,
delivers.
the problem with Reigns is less about him in the ring, and less about his matches, and more about the air of inevitability that follows him around.
Yeah, he's worse than Cena. Like he's gonna
Oh,
win.
but yeah.
I don't think he's gonna win this one though. By the way, but I think 90%.
I'm torn on it.
You
Well, I
really
think they're
you think
going
Strowman's
Braun,
going to win?
man.
I think there's a pretty good chance he wins this.
I think they're going Braun. If he
Really?
beats Braun here, then I think they're going Reigns and Lesnar at SummerSlam. But if Braun beats Reigns, I think they're going Braun and Lesnar at SummerSlam. I think the plan is still WrestleMania for Reigns and Lesnar.
Yeah.
So they still
I
have to
like the
keep-
idea that Roman's like, I'm gonna wrestle at SummerSlam, and then everyone else is like, no.
Yeah.
No, you're not. I
don't
like
know.
that idea
I don't
because
see.
he's finally the entitled prick. This is my yard, and then everyone else is like, no, fuck you.
I may be completely wrong, but
good.
as of right now, I don't see Reigns losing this match. I mean,
And
I may
Braun-
be completely.
I don't
wrong.
either, but I'm not confident.
Braun just came back though. I think it would be kind of weird to have him come back and then lose. Right
Well, this
away.
was
Because he's
supposed
not
to.
finished with you.
Yeah, well, this was supposed to happen a while back, though. This was supposed to be Extreme Rules, if you think.
Yeah, I
back.
know, but plans change.
Yeah.
The plan was to do Braun and Lesnar though, and you know how they are with their plans. They generally stick to them.
Oh
So
yeah,
if
they
they're
stuck
gonna
it
have
around
Braun
with
built
That's
up,
good.
Undertaker.
That's a good point. That's a
They
good
can-
point.
It's,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Braun the only difference is Braun did the smart thing and decided to take some time off, get his fucking elbow looked at instead of working through it like everyone else does stupidly.
Mhm.
and you have to look at it this way: Reigns doesn't have to get pinned to lose.
Right.
True. Yeah.
That's
There you go.
oh god,
Just
that's
you-
right.
And if he doesn't have to get pinned to
But-
lose, then Vince's eyes, he didn't actually look weak because he just lost by circumstances.
Because he got put in the back of a car.
Yeah, back of a car.
It's
so
weird.
I'd say it's the perfect
Back
way
of an
to-
ambulance. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's weak.
ambulance. Yeah, it's weird. I don't see either guy losing this match. Like I'm trying to visualize.
Well, I like it though. I like it.
Yeah, I really like it, but I don't. I'm trying to visualize the ending. I don't
mean,
see
I would
either guy.
I would
getting thrown in.
accept. I would accept Braun. I mean, Roman Reigns throwing Braun into the ambulance, winning the match, and then Braun just breaking the doors down and coming for him somewhere.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Like
that'd
he
be
gets the
great.
win, but he doesn't win the war, kind of thing.
Well, then shit,
Even
that would
a-
lead to another
I
match
wanna-
at SummerSlam.
I like the funny of a rule. Like you got to put him in there and close the door. Well, what if the doors are ripped off beforehand?
Yeah, that would be a fun spot. Like have
And then it's almost like a
Braun-
pushing tug of war to keep the door closed while he's in there pushing it out to keep him out. Those two could make that work.
That's cool psychology. I like that.
I want to see that now.
Here's over/under, guys. Is this match going to be better than Kane versus Shane McMahon? Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good ambulance
Yeah.
match.
It was really
Absolutely.
good, but I do think this is going to be. I think this has the potential to be the best ambulance match of all time.
Which isn't, it's not exactly like
Just
the
I
guy.
know of
It's
one.
not-
Big words.
Hey, history's going to be made.
Yeah.
That's
They
true.
their chemistry is off the charts. Like
It's
they
good.
work so well. Both of them. It's so rare nowadays to have a match end, and no matter who won and who lost, both guys look like $1 million. As they both do. They just complement each other so
Well,
well.
I think Joe and Lesnar are going to have the same kind of match.
I hope so. I think it's 50-50.
I am excited for that match.
Yeah.
That build has been so good.
All right. Yeah. I guess let's talk about it. Main event time. Yeah. Lesnar and Joe. It's the only match left, guys. I mean, does Joe really have a chance though?
Probably not, but I mean,
No, he has zero chance.
But I mean, it's still a believable fight because they've been building it like a UFC thing where it's no real heel or face dynamic. I mean, there's a little bit of that in there, but it's much more just big fight night sports. Two big fucking tough guys going in and fighting each other. They're just two badasses that hate each other, and everyone wants to watch them fight.
I love the idea that someone is coming out not afraid of Lesnar, and he's backing it up. Because, sorry, Bomber, but Dean Ambrose was not afraid of him, but he got his ass beat,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it didn't work. That was the problem. It's like, I'm not afraid of you. I can take the beating. No, you can't.
Now,
Joe, it's not that he can't take the beating. He's been giving the beating. I was hopeful for this beforehand, but it's like the Goldberg feud, except Joe can actually go. So I see Lesnar seeing something with this, and maybe they can make something out of it, and it could be an awesome sprint of insanity. I still think Lesnar's going to win it, but I want Joe to win so bad.
so here, I want to take a poll real quick here. Are you guys excited for this match?
Oh, fuck
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've been wanting this for a while, remember?
No, okay. No, see, that's where we have a problem here.
What does excited mean?
Now, here's the
I
problem.
want to see
You
it.
go back to our last episode, and we talked about this match. We talked about Lesnar defending his title. Nobody, besides me, wanted to see this fucking match. Nobody wanted to see Lesnar fight
no,
again.
stop.
That's
Who's
not
that?
true.
Wanted
shut
to
up for
and
1
thought it was
second.
going to
What are you
happen are
talking
not the
about?
same thing.
I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
No,
No, you're not saying. You're saying the opposite.
Happen.
Yeah.
Wait, was
Yeah,
I
what
on the
thought was
last
gonna happen-
episode?
what-
Just because we didn't think it was going to happen doesn't mean we don't want it.
Yes. Yes.
Whether we thought it was going to happen does not mean we didn't want to see it.
I don't know, guys. I'm telling
be
you, I
ridiculous.
distinctly remember me being the
There-
only person wanting to.
No.
You
Here's
shut
what.
your
here's
mouth.
what-
No, you were the
You know
only-
that- oh.
Let me break it down.
Okay.
What it was is that the typical. If we get the typical Lesnar match, it's going to be awful. Like I don't want to see that.
That's
And
all
if
everybody
it'll-
talked about was
That's all
Lesnar
Matt
does the
talked
same shit. Lesnar does all
Yes,
the same
that's
shit.
what
It's
he-
going to be
that
horrible.
was all Rami. He's the only
was
one who
all
says
him.
that.
I was arguing that all the way through.
No, but I also said that I was interested in seeing the match if Lesnar put on his A game. But if he's going to give
I don't know if
Joe
he did.
the Dean Ambrose treatment, then fuck it. No, I wouldn't want to see it. So it's going to really depend on which Brock we get. Now, I am a little more confident that we're going to get the good Brock because it does feel like apparently Heyman has a lot of say in what's going on right now. And Brock is giving him a lot of leeway that he didn't give to a lot of other people. So I'm hoping Lesnar sees Joe as something special and someone he can make money with, and so he's going to go all out. But if we get the typical Lesnar bullshit match, then I'm not interested. That's what we were saying, or at least I was saying.
And I agreed with that statement.
Well, first of all, I am very excited about the match, but I will say this: Lesnar, with what you just said, Lesnar, I'm pretty sure doesn't give a fuck. He may see Joe and be like, "Oh, that's gonna be a good match," but I'm sure he still doesn't really give a fuck. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bad match.
And putting in the time.
During his build with Ambrose, though, he never gave Ambrose anything. He just beat the shit out of him, and that's why we were like, okay, that's why at Mania Ambrose is gonna maybe not win, but he's gonna, he's gonna get it one over on. Nope, because Lesnar traditionally doesn't really give people he's feuding with anything, and he's just been giving Joe week after week a lot of build. And again, Meltzer had been talking about it, that Heyman has a lot of say on this, and Heyman is a really, really big fan of Joe going back years and years. So if Heyman has Lesnar's ear and he's like, "Hey man, like I like this guy, we're gonna take care of him," I think Lesnar would do it because I think it's about the money for him. But Heyman's his buddy, and this is one of Heyman's favorites.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna do business.
And
Heyman's been doing great with Joe. Yeah,
it's very much like the Goldberg feud in the sense of like, look, we can stretch this, we can make this work. He's a guy that can just hammer against you, and you can bounce back. Don't worry.
This has the potential to have that Goldberg match where it's just two big motherfuckers beating the shit out of each other and putting their working boots on. And, the other guy who's in the Goldberg role, this time Samoa Joe, can actually work and go and fucking do like a 10-minute match or more instead of that 6-minute special that they did.
Yeah. I mean, there's two. To me, this is a 2-match card. It's definitely, obviously, the ambulance match and this match. For me. It's no. Okay, I'm gonna throw Enzo and Cass because I'm invested in that match. But I think this match is gonna be great. I think I'm not sold on Lesnar not gonna give a shit. I think he's gonna do it. I think he's really gonna do it here. But
we're all kind of agreeing on that.
I know, but that's the funny thing.
Matt's
literally our last show. I know you guys are saying you were the other way, but I swear to God, the last show you guys were opposite. I swear to God.
Listen to what Matt said, though. He said since then, he's seen Lesnar week after week actually giving to Joe.
Okay.
He literally said that.
Okay. Yeah.
Just now. So evidence is disproving.
I may be wrong, but I thought it was more than just Matt going. I know Matt was definitely against Lesnar, but I thought it was more.
No, we were worried because if Matt's right, it's not gonna be good.
Yeah. I still want him to lose. By the way, I want Lesnar to lose. I'm still tired of this nonsense where he just shows up every once in a while. And obviously I'm right because their rating, they just hit another all new low for 2017. They've been under, I was looking into the article, they've been under 3 million viewers for like 10 weeks or something in a row, and it's just going down for Raw. So people even when Lesnar's there, they're not tuning in for it. It's just he's not working.
If we see Lesnar lose, does that mean we're going to get Joe and Reigns?
See, that's a good point. That's also what I was going to bring up because they did a good tease between Reigns and Joe talking about you never beat me, and then Joe won again. So Reigns has still never beat Joe. So that would be a good match leading forward, Joe versus Reigns. So I mean, I don't know. It could be Reigns winning and then Joe winning, but then what the fuck are you going to do? Then you're going to put Lesnar and Strowman together for a non-title match?
Yeah,
maybe.
I think that would work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that would work just
I can
fine.
see that.
Yeah.
Give him a reason. Yeah.
Either way, it's going to be a good match. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't need a title on Lesnar anymore. You can just do super fights.
And it feels like they don't want a title on Lesnar because they're like, man, that's been 4 pay-per-views with no thing on it.
That's a money investment there. As much as they use it as a kind of a shadow of its former glory as a championship kind of idea, where it's just kind of a prop. But I mean, still, they put a lot of money in that shit, and it's supposed to be the thing that's carrying your fucking promotion. And right now, when your IC title is carrying your brand.
Hey, it's working on Smackdown. The United States title is carrying the fucking brand over the world title.
Yeah, they have that problem there
Owens,
too.
though.
Yeah, it's Owens and AJ.
Awesome.
But I mean, you're just not going to get that with Miz and Ambrose. I mean, they, like I said before in our last show, they've had so many matches, but they continue to have different matches, so they're always spicing it up. So you got to give them that, though.
Yep.
You got to give them
and
that.
that's the guys involved. Obviously.
Yeah. Obviously, Ambrose is stale as shit right now, and Miz is doing good shit, but they do good matches.
Ambrose is a really good B+ guy, I got to say. He's pretty good.
I'll take that.
Pretty decent, clothesline shit, but other than that.
Yeah, hey, best in the business.
So, truth be told, do you think it's time to turn Ambrose heel?
I love Ambrose as a heel. In CZW, he was a good heel, as he was the cocky, arrogant prick heel in CZW. And
Not that, but he's been face for so long, and it's literally gotten stale, and he's stagnated, and he's going nowhere. That sounds like time to make him heel, right?
yeah, what I'm saying is
Or
he
change
can.
things up?
I've seen him play a good heel character, very good. And the only heel character he's played in WWE is the Shield, right? He wasn't.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
which
the
was
only time.
Fine.
Which is,
that was great.
it was good,
It was
but he
great.
wasn't by himself though. So
No,
it really
So,
depends how they do it as far as a solo act. But I mean, yeah, I would love to see him as a heel. I mean, I love Ambrose. I know he can do it. He did an FCW. He pulled fucking great. He's a fucking great promo guy as a
I was
heel.
gonna say,
So
he was a great heel in FCW. I mean, obviously it's not the same level.
Yeah.
Especially NXT before it was NXT.
yep.
But he was a great heel there. That's when I first got to know Dean Ambrose, because I didn't see him in CZW, but I did see him in FCW, and he was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Him and Rollins, their stuff in FCW, amazing shit. So, I don't know. I still want to see something going on between Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose at some point, but that's just me. But I don't think we're going to see it for a long time. But I think we will eventually get back to that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know,
that's
though.
inevitable.
Ambrose needs something, man. He needs fucking something, because he's, like I said, he's floating. He's floating around. But anyway, so do you guys want to talk about New Japan real quick what are your guys' thoughts on that before we get out of here? I know only two people seen it, right? Lee and Rab,
Which one was it? I'm sorry, I missed what you
the
said.
G1 special.
Yeah,
oh
the
yeah, I
US.
don't know it. I don't know anything about it. What happened?
I'll let Lee go first.
All right, it was really good. It was 2 nights. It was a bunch of extra matches, and then it was the tournament, and then you had the Okada and Cody Rhodes on the final night. This is their first big step into the U.S. That was the first night?
Yeah, it was night one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
the weird championship match on the final night was Billy Gunn.
Right.
Was
I
the
was
Billy
trying
Gunn
to
match, which existed for no reason.
I was trying to forget that one. Although, I mean, for what it's worth, it was probably the best singles match Billy Gunn's ever had. But that being said, it was actually a really good 2-show kind of event, and it was their first step into the U.S., and from what I hear, they did really good business, and there was a lot of really solid matches. Tomohiro Ishii, for me, was the MVP of it, because he had some of the best matches. He had I think the best match of the entire thing with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega won the U.S. title, in the New Japan U.S. title. Great match. Tomohiro Ishii's just this fucking... He's kind of like what Taz could have been.
Ishii is a guy I honestly knew nothing about going into this.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen very little of New Japan. I've seen, watch Omega, and Okada, watch Omega and Okada. I've seen things here and there, but I mean, I've gone from not knowing who this guy is at all to wanting to see him all the time.
Yeah, he's that good. He's the guy that they basically use to make stars with for the most part. But I mean, he's just that awesome, great fucking worker who happens to be 5'7", so that's probably something that's a little bit against him. Even though there's not necessarily all that many tall Japanese.
I was gonna say it kind of works in Japan. He looks like a big guy in Japan.
He does, yeah, and he's just this pit bull with no neck, and he just beats the fuck out of people. He had the aforementioned great match with Kenny Omega in the main event.
Is that where he did the teeth on the ropes?
Yes.
That's where he did the teeth on the ropes.
I seen the gif of that. That was pretty hilarious. That's good stuff. Having the full Nelson.
It was incredible when it happened. I mean, because that spot had been going for at least a minute at that point before he grabbed the ropes with his teeth.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then Omega finally had to pound him on the back to get him to release it. But I also really loved his match. Actually, the 2 Zack Sabre Jr. Matches.
I was going to say. I mean, I thought Zack Sabre Jr.'s match with Ishii and with Juice Robinson were amazing.
Yeah, they were great. Juice Robinson just keeps getting better and better. I mean, goddamn, it's just night and day from what was his fucking name in WWE? I can't remember.
CJ something, right?
CJ Parker.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
okay.
CJ Parker. He was named after the chick from Baywatch.
The guy that busted open Owens on his debut.
Yeah, but man, he's he's a totally different worker now. You wouldn't recognize him watching him in New Japan. He's so fucking good now. He had this great match with Zack Sabre Jr. Then Zack Sabre Jr. went on to meet Ishii and got his ass kicked, but at the same time had a great match with him too. Just a really awesome contrast of styles. It was amazing to watch, and it was funny because he started off the match trying to match Ishii with strikes and power, and Ishii just fucking rolled over him. It was great. There were some really good matches on there. The JR commentary took a while to get going. I saw a lot of people give. I
thought it was awful.
I didn't think it was awful.
I thought it was awful, and I think JR couldn't have given less of a shit.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard from it.
Might be true. Might be true. He might not give a shit. It might just be a paycheck for him. But I don't think it was necessarily as bad as everyone's saying. I thought it picked up in the second half of both shows. But he seems like he takes whatever he does now. He just seems like he takes like a couple hours to get into it. And that's one other thing I'd say that's a detriment to New Japan shows is they're a bit too long. 4 hours is a bit too long for these kind of shows. They put too many matches in. Like that's a style of New Japan, where they'll put a bunch of like mixed tags and stuff in there to fill out time when they really don't. But other than that, they were excellent shows and. Hey, if you got PayPal, you can get New Japan World now, and you can check them out.
Like I said, I've really been thinking about it.
For less than $9.99.
Mm-hmm. $999
Just less than $9.99.
But here's the question: like, if I did go for that, am I going to get English commentary over it, or how's that?
Yeah, you get English commentary.
Okay.
You can choose English or Japanese commentary.
Goddamn, Matt Zan, I hear you typing a goddamn novel over there.
Yeah, we hear the thumping.
I'm like barely doing it too.
Just hit mute.
So,
just hit mute. God damn it. Anyway,
there's no
sorry.
mute on this.
Cool. Yeah. Well, that sounds. I mean, I really like. No joke. I've really been thinking about it.
Yeah,
I've heard...
honestly, after this, I think there's a pretty decent chance, especially with G1 coming around, that I might pick it up.
I heard it was so successful. They're planning on actually doing a proper tour next year, opening a dojo in LA.
Yeah, I heard.
Yep.
I also saw. Yeah,
like.
they're not coming back until next year, though. I heard they're not coming back till 2018.
Yeah, but they might do more than just.
It'll be a full
2
tour
nights in one place. They might actually do like a month.
Yeah.
You know what? The thing is, they need to pick a better building next time. The buildings they picked were all floor seating. There was no bleachers or anything like that.
Oh wow. Yeah. That's
so they
rough.
need to find something better than that because apparently they were turning people away. And
well, the first show, so
And well, although from what I've heard, the merchandise lines, apparently they sold out of all their merchandise, and the lines were basically there were lines throughout the entire event. Like there was always a line at the merch booths.
Wow.
I mean, they were selling those Bullet Club USA shirts.
Yeah, It's the NWO, man.
Money.
Same as NWO shirts. Fucking who gives a fuck? Let me go buy them. Yeah.
Yep. July, I liked the line they did in Hot Topic because they have their stuff in Hot Topic now.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a clip
Young
of
Bucks
one
does.
of the Bucks. Yeah, one of the Bucks, and they lost the match, and he was like, "I can't lose a match. I have a deal with Hot Topic."
Did you see Adam Cole? Did you see his on Twitter? He posted him in Hot Topic. He looked really fucking sad and looked up, and the camera panned up, and it showed the Bullet Club shirt. Good stuff. Yeah.
He's about to debut, so he's not gonna be sad for very long.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm fucking waiting for Adam Cole to show
So
up.
let me pitch my Adam Cole idea. I tweeted this, and maybe it's stupid as fuck, but I was
It's
like,
stupid as fuck.
yeah. So let me pitch it though. So I was like, they should make his gimmick be like, not exactly, of course, but he should be like Ryan Gosling from Driver. Because he already wears the jacket. My thing is, he'd come to the arena in a cool fucking car every time. And they wouldn't film him coming into the arena. Like, he would literally pull up to the arena, get out, and then walk in. But I'm trying to think of, like, what's something they can give him that makes him different from everybody else and how they can't fuck him up like they would in NXT. But, like, you modify it, obviously. But I think he could do, like, because obviously he's good at playing things that are over the top as serious.
Yeah.
He's really good at it. I just think that would be badass as fuck. But, yeah,
So his whole gimmick's going to be he's going to come in with a cool jacket out of a car.
Yeah, and he already does the jacket.
So
That's it. That's the extent of it, right?
So
that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Then he's not going to say anything, just like the driver in the movie.
No,
and
he'll talk.
And,
He's gotta
he's
talk.
finally gonna
Baby.
snap. He's finally gonna snap and beat someone to death with a hammer. Like that's,
That would be fucking cool, at least. Like, his gimmick is he has the hammer in there, and they're like, don't piss him off. He'll literally kill you.
And he could
Or
go on
also-
later a feud with
Also,
Triple
he's
H.
got a jacket.
He'd go on later a feud with Triple H with the sledgehammer versus the hammer. I like it. I like it.
Or will he come in with that big fake stuntman mask that the driver wore in the movie?
Yeah,
when he-
that would be badass as fuck. I'm all in for it.
But bottom line is, he'll probably do fantastic in NXT. Will he do good on the main roster? That's the question.
I think so because he's really, really good friends with Owens, and I think Owens is starting to get to the point where he has pull. So yeah, he'll do what Zayn does, where he jobs out for a long time, and because they never take anybody seriously when they first debut from NXT, and then he'll come back around. He's got the charisma, and he's not great in the ring. I don't think he's bad. I think he's just good.
Yeah.
But his charisma is unparalleled. Like, he's real fucking good on the mic, and that's the most important thing to them. That I think. That's how Alexa Bliss is doing well.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, that's number one priority right there. And I mean, he plays, to me, he's one of the best cocky prick heels like that there is, I think. So I think he's gonna do. I hope he does really good. So yeah, I didn't watch New Japan because I was watching Impact Wrestling. Sorry, Global Force Wrestling now. It's officially Global Force now.
Yeah.
By the way, you motherfuckers that didn't watch it,
Before we move on, just real quick.
I had
No. I'm sorry. I just wanted to mention this. It looks like Ricochet is gonna start showing up like for real in New Japan for title matches and shit.
I saw him take a shot at Lucha.
He took a shot at Lucha Underground.
Yep. Saw that.
So I mean, I don't know what that means for Lucha Underground because that whole thing about them coming back to TV or not. So that's just something interesting I noticed.
The season is airing. They've resumed the season, but a couple guys have been at not only Slammiversary, but the Impact tapings.
Yeah. God damn it, Zion. I don't know what you're fucking
I
typing.
muted my
over.
fucking mic.
No, we hear everything you're typing.
Damn it! All right. Well, apparently when I hit the red button, Jesus, why didn't you say anything last time? I was like, I got this.
I did say something. God damn. Anyway,
All right. Well, apparently I can't mute my
It's so
microphone.
much funnier now.
it's all right. We're fine.
I was like, I said fuck it with the last round I did because I was like, well, fuck it, it's muted now.
No,
I was
you're fine.
almost gonna, by the way, yell penis and see if you guys could hear it, but I didn't do it.
Well, you should have. But yeah,
It would have been funny.
You definitely.
I
not muted.
apologize. I thought it was muted.
It's fine. It's just some typing. No big deal.
No
They've
wonder
heard-
he got banned from Twitch.
I'm doing our.
Already.
Yeah.
I'm
that's what
doing
you
our
get.
Twitch appeal as we speak. So
Oh, that's what
I'm
you're doing.
typing out.
Well, okay, rightfully
That's
so.
okay.
Then
We're
I'm not
fine.
gonna yell at you. I'm not gonna yell. At you.
All right, Bomber. I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go back to talking about the thing.
Oh,
no
no,
one
no.
cares
I'm not going to go in depth with Global Force, but I'm going to say I watched the entire pay-per-view. Overall, damn good show. I was happy that I paid the fucking. Okay, I won't say I was happy I paid the $40, but
Wait, you paid $40?
yes, it.
fucking
Okay, I will. Okay, yes.
For the Jeff Jarrett pat himself on the back show.
I know.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry.
God,
Yes.
Fuck that.
I was-
I would even watch that for free if it was given to me.
I was right at the border. I asked how do I watch it, like on Twitter. I asked how I watch it. Everybody posted I watched it on fight.net or fight.tv, and it was down to the last minute. I'm like, do I pay 40? I was like, this is way too fucking much money. I know it's too much money, but I did it.
So,
At the
so
end,
everyone remember.
I did it.
Everyone
anyway, yeah.
prefix whatever he's going to say about the match, but remember, he's an idiot.
No, there you go. No, for real though. I think it's an overall. A lot of people thought it was a good show. Everybody was surprised. It was a damn good show. It was overall. It was fucking good. There was the Jeremy Borash and Josh Matthews tag team match with Joseph Park and Scott Steiner. Everybody thought that was going to be a joke, and it kind of was. They did a whole Hardy Boy thing. They literally went backstage and they cut to like previously recorded footage that they wanted to pretend like it was live. And the whole time Scott Steiner was screaming fat asses the entire time. It was fucking, I can't express to you how fucking hilarious it was. You're like, run over their fat asses. It was great.
Just fuck that company. Fuck that company.
Yes, it was dumb.
They get rid of all the good people, and then they bring in fucking Scott Steiner to save the day. And
It
make
was a
things fresh.
comedy match. It was a comedy match to get over a feud that they were working with.
Fuck them.
No,
Fuck how they treated
no.
all of their employees. They treat
Yeah.
all their employees like trash. Then they come in and they fire all of them after they try to lowball them in contract negotiations. Fuck that company. Fuck Jeff Jarrett. Fuck Dixie Carter, even though she's not there anymore. And fuck that new guy who's in charge. That's the owner of the Owl Company. Fuck them. I can't believe they're alive anymore.
And fuck JEFFJARRETT.
Seriously, at the bottom of my heart, go fuck yourself. After he tried that stupid cash for gold nonsense of a literal way to rip off dumb people. Fuck you, Jeff Jarrett. I hope your company goddamn crashes.
By the way, I remembered. I think you put him on your death pool. So I think you have Jeff Jarrett on your death pool.
He tricked Dixie Carter into giving him the fucking company again.
Yeah.
Now he's got a new way to live. Well, he doesn't have to snort cocaine off of his hot wife's tits.
Either way,
I don't know if that's what he would do, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm really pissed off with my Death Pool pick, by the way. From what I heard, Marty Jannetty's turned his fucking life around that.
Oh, god damn it! That's
oh god, you're the worst.
Fuck, man, that's terrible. I'm so sorry.
I'm still pulling for Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
You might win because he's the oldest, so he might.
I don't think you have Dave Bautista. That was the first round.
Yeah, because you wouldn't let me pick the same person again.
Yeah, that was a rule. That would be bullshit to pick.
I know that was a rule.
I won the first Death Pool. Everybody listening that's new, I won with China. I
don't follow the rules.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
By the way, I realized why my mic didn't mute. I muted my headset, which is how I just hear. So.
Oh, that would probably be it. But anyway, okay, I may be stupid. I paid $40. I don't care. It was a good show. Bottom line, it was a good fucking show. I enjoyed it. I had fun. I watched every match from start to finish. I thought it was a good show. I
can't support them anymore. They're too evil of a company to support.
Yeah, but the wrestlers fucking put on a good show. So I mean, either way, Jeff Jarrett may be a prick.
The wrestlers that stay there, I think, are hypocrites because there's so many of them that have a problem with TNA management, and they're pretty open about it at certain points, and yet they still stay there and collect a paycheck. So they're just as big a part of the problem as anybody who pays for it, in my opinion.
And you can't use the argument.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Go ahead.
Sorry,
you can't use.
Shut up.
Use the argument. You cannot use the argument anymore that there's no other place to go.
This is the one time in wrestling where there's a limitless options. Well, look at Cody. Cody's doing fantastic, and he left TNA when they started being stupid. Because he's like, I'm not putting up with that bullshit. He got a temporary contract to make sure that if they did start pulling some nonsense, that he could leave, and they did, so he left. And he literally just did that to get a job for his wife. Mm-hmm. That was one of the stipulations why he signed a quick contract with them, is he wanted to get her a gig. Just fuck that company. You can't support them anymore. They have shown time and time again that they don't care about their wrestlers' health. They don't care about paying them properly. They're just fuck them. And then you thought, oh, here comes Jarrett, it's going to be better. No, that dude tried to do cash for gold. Cash for gold.
I understand, but it was a good show.
Look. No, while I was watching Omega take on Ishii for New Japan, which is arguably the best promotion on the planet right now.
Okay, you can't compare.
Someone paid $40 to watch Alberto Del Rio become the face of a company.
See, and let's put a cherry on top of that. Someone not only threw $40 at fucking TNA's big wide hallway of a vagina, they threw away 4 months of New Japan World, which would have given those people in question several awesome pay-per-views and special shows in those 4 months.
How so it's $10 for 1 month of that service, right?
Yes.
And then how much was a Ring of Honor pay-per-view?
It's actually closer to $9.
Yeah, does TNA think that they're the shit or something? $40 is the most outrageous price.
I think it's standard pay-per-view rates. I think that's standard.
It is standard pay-per-view rates,
but not standard modern wrestling.
Because you got to think, they don't get all that money. A lot of that goes to the pay-per-view providers. That's why WWE left.
They didn't make any.
They don't sell any pay-per-view rights.
Shit, I'm telling you, you're probably like one of 100 people that actually ordered this fucking abysmal company's pay-per-view.
I'm looking up the buy rate right now, see if it does.
Whatever. Anyway, well, I didn't know this was literally going to turn into me being a fucking idiot by saying that Slammiversary was a good show.
Mad at me, but TNA is not what is good for wrestling or wrestlers, so I refuse to support anything they do from here on out.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Also, I realized the only match you even mentioned so far somehow
Berto
had
Del
Scott
Rio.
Steiner and Josh Matthews
Because
in it.
that's as far as I could go before you guys fucking ganged up on me.
See, Bomber, no, I'm with you. If the show's a good, entertaining show, then there you go. Fair enough. That's it. I'm cool with that. but
Sanjay
I'm
Dutt
still not
low-key
paying
was
40.
fucking fantastic, but the crowd
That's like
was...
60 Canadian. Fuck that. Not happening.
Yeah. Low-key versus Sanjay Dutt was amazing. 2 out of 3 falls. Great match. Sanjay Dutt got the win, but it was killed a little bit from the previous match, which was a tag team intergender Full Metal Mayhem match. Literally like a 5-minute
What
match.
the fuck is a Full Metal Mayhem?
It's basically like a hardcore match, like all kinds of weapons and stuff. Anyway, it was...
But they have to call it something stupid like Full Metal Mayhem.
no, that's their thing. They've had Full Metal Mayhem. That's
They
TNA.
changed
That's
what that is from a thing way back when
Yeah,
they
that's a
debuted.
TNA thing. Anyway,
It's
they had a
just a match.
5-minute match, and you could tell they knew they only had 5 minutes to do that match. They did everything in the possible world you can think of in that 5 minutes. They had 18 table spots, 25 ladder hits, 25 chair shots. They had everything in that 5 minutes because they knew they had to get all their shit in, and that killed the next match, which was Sanjay versus Low-Key. Mad about that because that match was fucking good, but the crowd was dead from the...
How many
Mayhem
chair
match.
shots to the head did they do?
I don't think they did none to the head that I can.
It's good because
remember.
they are one of the few companies that still fucking lets their wrestlers do that, even though they
Yep.
know that it leads to what it leads to, and because they're so fucking stupid. The same goddamn company
'Cause it's
that,
old school.
That like no more than like a month after Benoit fucking died and people were realizing what happened, like specifically went out of their way to have Rob Terry like take an absurdly hard chair shot to the head because they're all we're so fucking look at us, we're so gritty. Oh, fuck it if people die. Like, fuck that. They don't care about their talent at all. They just care about Jeff Jarrett's stupid wife and his gold obsession. No. No.
And the fact that he's the king of the mountain.
They
God.
did announce him. He came out before the main event to hold both titles up because they were unifying both titles, and they did.
And then he was like, "These are gonna be in my waist."
They
within
did
6
refer to
months."
him as the king of the mountain, Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, before he came
Yeah,
out.
how long do you think, though? I'm going to
Did
call it.
they really refer to him as the king of the mountain?
Yes,
Jeff Jarrett? I was
they
kidding.
did.
Oh
Yes,
God,
they
he's
did.
got the
No,
biggest
that's his
fucking
nickname.
ego.
That's forever.
I know
That's-
it is,
Yep.
He's,
but it's
I'm
only his
on it.
nickname there because he pays them to do that.
Yep, 2 months, though. 2 months. Within 2 months, he'll be the champion.
I
Nope.
don't know.
I
Say what
don't
you want.
think
Bobby
he'll ever
Lashley's
wrestle for
fucking
them
great.
again.
Bobby Lashley's
I
good.
don't think he will.
It's his company. Of course he'll wrestle for them. It's Jeff
Nope.
fucking Jarrett. He always wrestles.
No, he
can't-
never wrestled for GFW itself. He won't
He's
wrestle for
he's going to wrestle within 2 months.
I
and he will be
literally.
champion.
I thought
No,
this was
he-
going to be
he's
like
not
a
gonna do it.
2-minute thing. I did not think this was going to turn into.
Oh,
this,
you should,
but
you
okay.
should know us by now.
I guess, yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
for
I
real.
should. I thought this was going to be a 2-minute thing.
No,
But
I want to
anyway.
mention one last thing. One last
Okay.
thing regarding Slammiversary.
Okay.
Like I
what?
told you guys,
Yeah.
it's the stupidest name in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Slammiversary sounds like
It's
a
just as dumb
parody
as
of
WrestleMania, though. It's just dumb as
It's not as
WrestleMania.
bad as Great Balls of Fire, though.
Yep, true.
Great Balls of Fire is the stupidest
True.
name for a pay-per-view I've
I
ever
know
now
what?
want pictures of Seth Rollins' dick covered by other wrestling show
Oh,
logos.
it's so good. That's the best thing that came out of this situation. And I guarantee you he's seen it, too. Like, people totally
Oh, yeah.
tweeted at him, and he has to have seen it and been like, God damn. If he didn't at least smile...
He's
a
shown
little,
people
he has
that.
no soul.
You got. I'm sure he's happy about it. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's super
No,
used
he
to
has shown people that picture. I would guarantee that.
Or they they put it up in the locker room without him knowing he walked in and saw it. Like,
Yeah.
damn it.
Are you ready for Sunday?
Hey, look, Seth, it's your dick. Get it?
Yeah. But anyway,
I mean,
guys.
they are wrestlers. They're not exactly Rhodes scholars. Give them a break.
Yeah. Bomber, what about the Twitter questions? Do you want to go to those? There's only 4.
Oh, well, there was I guess so. Yeah, there was a couple questions, real quick. Let's see.
I got them up here if you want me to read them.
You go for it. Yeah, read them out. Yep.
Okay, Andres Polenko says, after the feud, what do you guys think The Miz and Dean Ambrose will feud with, and who do you want it to be?
They will feud with each other some more.
Probably. Probably.
I'm thinking Miz and Balor. I'm thinking they're gonna kind of time out him for a bit over on that.
Such a downgrade though for Balor though. It's so weird. They have so many good main event guys on that show that
Oh, yeah.
somebody's gonna have to slip down to that slot. And
Yep.
I can see Balor. I can see.
Remember, they were hinting at that beforehand. So
I don't.
Are
see...
there any babyface champions besides Naomi? Or is that it?
no.
No, that's it.
Wow.
Rock is as close as you get.
That's a big problem for me.
Dude,
'cause
even NXT.
It's so like you
And the
can have
UK
you can have a couple, but you've got to have some bright spots because like
Well,
the problem is they're just constantly giving the victories to the bad guys right now. You gotta even it out a little bit.
Well, no, that's
I'm
the
hoping
thing,
that's
though.
what they do.
No. You don't have to even it out. That's the thing, though. You always want to have the faces chasing the heels into the big events, like coming SummerSlam.
No, for the main events, I agree with you. For like the title matches, for the Universal and for the WWE, I'm fine with that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But I'm saying there's no bright spots on a lot of the shows because you need to have that mid card title that has like a babyface come out. So that way we have a little bit of an uplift. But right
People
now
need
it's
to be
just
able to feel
babyface.
happy at some point.
Yes, this is supposed to be an entertainment show, not a fucking downer show that we have to wait for the big show in order to get the entertainment. Like obviously it's not going to stay like this, but they've been really pushing the heels with the belts, and there's just too many of them. Spread it out a little bit.
Yeah.
The Warden asks, what will Braun do once, if ever, he's finished with Roman?
Well, I mean,
Fuck 'em.
hopefully.
He's gonna
Universal
fuck
title.
'em.
Well,
He's gonna
World
fuck 'em.
champ.
Yeah, well, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully he actually goes, minus the fuck him. Hopefully he goes and
With
finally goes. Did you say I wish?
What the fuck?
I'd watch it, legit.
Hopefully he finally challenges Brock. But I mean, then again, Brock might not win. Who knows? I mean, there's so much out there.
It doesn't
that-
matter. Strowman's
Be
a future
like-
world champion within a year.
Future,
He'd be
yeah,
like
I can see that.
upset.
Yeah,
The mouth
doubt.
like really hard, like he's like fucking him real hard in the mouth, and he like pulls out and he goes, flips him over onto his stomach and puts it in his asshole and goes, "I'm not finished with you, Roman."
What the
No.
fuck?
yeah. I
and
don't
then he
know.
pulls
Don't
up
ask
his
me.
ass.
I feel like I went into a
Matt.
coma and then came out of it in the middle of that.
He has
Matt,
to,
you did.
to shank him in the armpit because that's a thing they do in prison, and then he sticks his dick into the wound, and I'm not finished with you, Roman.
Did you
And-
say
oh,
an armpit? What?
yeah. Thing they do in prison. You shank a man in his armpit like really hard, and you put their arm in the air, and apparently it opens up a big enough hole that you can stick your dick in. You can fuck it. It's something they do in prison. Look it up. It's a real thing.
Okay. Next question.
Okay, Tom Gibbs asks, do you see Gable's matches with Owens and Styles as a sign that they're pushing Gable up the singles ladder? Where does that leave Jordan?
Oh, yeah, Alpha's done.
Oof.
How are
Alpha's
they
been
done? I don't understand. How are they done?
No,
They're so
because
good.
they fucked it up.
They are
And-
good. They're great. They're
Well,
good,
no,
but
they fucked it up. They fucked up American Alpha big time.
they did. They did.
I mean, I don't think they ruined it. I think they just decided they don't care about it.
Yeah,
It's not
well,
the
yeah,
same.
same difference at that point. That's,
Yeah, but the
it's-
people
No, it's not. They,
reactions.
they could still use. They could still do it if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I just think they don't want to.
yeah,
such a
you're-
waste.
You know that makes more sense to me.
Do you guys think that that Gable is the better of the two?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
I think the other guy has potential though, because he just
Jordan?
reminds me of Kurt Angle, like Black Kurt Angle.
Right.
Black Angle.
Yeah,
Black
they should
Angle.
call him that Black Angle.
Blangle.
Black Angle.
Blangle.
Blangle coming out to the ring.
Yeah. And finally, Christopher Smith asks, where do you guys think Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley story is going to go?
I think they're in a feud.
I thought
Oh, yeah.
they were going to break up at the last show, Money in the Bank, but they stuck through. I mean, it was their debut, not debut, but re-emergence as a tag team. But yeah, if they're not challenging
Looks
for the
like-
tag team titles, yeah, they're going to have to split up here and go
Looks
for
like
each other.
Mojo's turning heel. He looks like he's the one that has the darker, which is good because I think there's still money in a upper card Zack Ryder. Like not main event. I'm not saying title run, but I'm saying like United States title. He gets a good reaction. And fuck, if
does.
Jinder Mahal can be the fucking WWE champion, Zack Ryder can be the United States champion and get a good run
Yep.
with him.
I know what you're saying, but dude, I don't know.
Who would you rather have?
No,
Jinder
no,
Mahal
no.
Or Zack? I'm just curious. I'm not judging you.
What?
Who would you rather have right now as WWE champion, Zack Ryder or Jinder Mahal? If you had no choice, like you have to pick one of the other. Who would you rather have? I would pick Zack Ryder in a heartbeat because I think the fans actually care about him.
I'm going to hate myself on so many levels, but I would pick Jinder Mahal.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I hate
I don't,
Jinder
why,
Mahal.
why do you even say wow? You knew what he was gonna say.
Yeah,
Not really,
he did.
really.
He
I
knew.
paid
He knew.
$40 to watch Alberto Del Rio.
So,
Fuck off! I hate you.
you just don't like the underdog?
And I watched
too
his
much
girlfriend.
Daniel Bryan in that Zack Ryder.
That's good.
I just heard
I
randomly
got it.
Daniel
The
Bryan,
logic
but
is
no.
flawless.
When Zack Ryder says woo woo woo, you hear yes yes yes, and you hate it.
No. Bottom line, both of those guys, I am definitely a
I know
fan
what
of
it
Zack
is.
Ryder, but
You know what it is? I already figured it out right now. Because there was that one Raw where he came out with Daniel Bryan, and by association, that means Bomber has to fucking hate him with a
I'm
passion
pretty
now.
sure I do
And
not
Jinder
remember
is
that.
in matches with Orton, and Orton has an aura about him, which is rubbed off.
I don't remember any
There
of
you go.
that. So
Oh my god, Jinder has the aura now? Like, it's
No. No, I have been. Everybody listening knows I've been a big anti Jinder Mahal person, but when I look
know
at
that.
it, Jinder Mahal or Zack Ryder, we've already got one jobber up there. We don't need another jobber. Okay.
No, I'm not saying that Zack would beat Jinder. I'm saying if we reversed back before Jinder won the belt, would you have rather seen Ryder win it, or would you rather see
I
Jinder win
mean,
it?
as stupid as it sounds, I would rather have Jinder because he's a more.
No.
I literally can't even get it.
Go ahead.
I can't even get an explanation because
ahead.
he at least.
But everything you've said before is literally negated by the fact that Ryder has history. Jinder had none. You hate that Jinder has no
I
history.
hated that Jinder.
And yet became world champion.
See, and if you
Ryder
go back
has
and
years
listen,
of history, which is established
Yes,
enough, that's
I gotcha.
immediately automatically better.
I gotcha. As I
So-
said back in the day, well, back in the day, our last episode actually, I said I can see Jinder as a top guy. He's got the look, he's got the feel, but they gave him no build. That's what I was mad about. I was mad about how they how they shoved him in there. Huh?
So based on that fact of no build, Ryder automatically has the history of having been a former world U.S. champion. He'd be a better fit.
It would have
based on
been a
your
pretty
own
cool
criteria.
moment. It would have been a cool moment if when Ryder like came back randomly, because I mean he made his return and he just challenged for the title and won it. I could have seen that being a pretty big deal because he was coming back. He was coming back from injury, so you could write it off as that and just have him fucking lose because he would because he's just Zack Ryder. But I don't know. I would have picked Zack Ryder over Jinder because I think Ryder. You know, I agree with you. I think Jinder has more potential down the road.
Yes.
He's not showing it to me right now though. Like I was giving him. You saw it. I was like.
Yes.
I'm in. Let's do this.
Yeah, you
Get
were.
off.
You were.
Yeah,
He's
Matt
off.
and I were all in on Jinder.
He's
We're
not
like,
getting
yeah.
better. He's
I
just
wasn't. I
okay.
wasn't in at all because this is exactly what I expected.
I was
it's
with
so-
Rab.
that's
I
fair.
was completely no. I hated it. I wanted build up beforehand, and now we're seeing him as a generic guy with no good build up, and he's falling flat. And he's also
Don't
working with
worry.
Orton. So
There's a Punjabi prison match.
exactly, exactly.
Don't worry.
Yeah, but thanks for the couple questions we got on Twitter there, guys. But I think we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to head out of here. Episode 51 in the books. Anybody got any last comments before we do end this bad boy?
Oh yeah. Rest in peace, the brand split because John Cena is now officially on both shows. So that's the end of that. They were so yeah.
He's not a part timer. He's an all timer.
an all timer.
Did he say
AKA
he's
rest
gonna
in
be on
peace
Raw?
to brand split. Yep. Yes, he did.
You have been so against his brand split from day
Yeah,
one.
because it's dumb.
You didn't
Because
even
Jinder
wanna
Mahal's our
give it-
champion now.
You didn't even
Jinder
want to
Mahal
give it
is
a
our
chance,
fucking
though.
champion, and that never would have happened
But
without
you,
a brand split.
you motherfucker! You didn't even want to give it a chance before it even had a possibility to
Yeah,
be
because
good.
they already failed one time doing it, so why would they do it better the second time? It's WWE.
Well,
here. They
this is
fuck
actually
up
like
everything.
technically it's like the fourth time, but I see
No,
what
this
you're
is
saying.
only the second brand split they've ever done. Official brand split. This is the second time, and it's I think it's worse than the other one because at least the other one
True, I've
they
seen the
kept
drafts,
it.
yeah.
The one thing they kept it Raw and SmackDown. That's it, and they didn't break that for like a full year. They're already breaking it. Cena's going to be on both. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it was seen it. Yeah,
It's kind of like spending $40 on a fucking Global Force
God
pay per
damn
view.
it. I should have never
We
said
can
a
agree
word.
that's the worst thing you could do.
I should have never said a word. Should have never said a word.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get it so hard for the next year or so. Like,
For a
can't
full
wait for the
whole
comments.
fucking year because of one
oh yeah,
show.
Yep. I'm never gonna let you live it
Well,
down.
Okay,
well,
not,
only
not,
until
not for
October.
not for a year.
Until
Oh, I
For
will.
4 months that he could have paid for either the network or for.
Well, I've already
New
have the
Japan
network.
World.
I already have the
No,
network.
it'll be until October. That's when their next pay-per-view is, and he spends another 40 for Bound for Glory.
Alberto Del Rio walked backstage after his match and he's like, "Hey, how many people paid for the pay-per-view, huh?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, one guy, Jake. Here's your cut. Here's $10." Oh yeah, I'm making real money now.
Fuck you.
Oh no,
wow.
Jake, now I'm going
Did
to
everyone
fuck
see
my
Paige was
wife.
in the front? Did everyone see that Paige was in the front
In her
row? wearing-
lucha mask,
mask?
yeah.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I just before we do get out of here, I want to plug a little something real quick. I'm going to be going to the Ring of Honor show coming up on the end of July. I don't know the exact date. It's going to be in Concord here in North Carolina. Going to see that, and also this weekend going to see PWX independent show. I don't know if anybody's paid attention to PWX, but they're a good independent company. You need to check out some of their stuff. I want to plug them because I've been going to the past couple shows, past couple months, and they're fucking good. They're really good. Cody actually showed up in the main event a couple months ago. So, other than that,
I'd like to plug that I will not be watching Great Balls of Fire because I will be at the Major League Baseball All-Star Legends and Celebrity Softball game instead, and that's going to be way more fun.
okay, I don't agree with that, but it'll probably actually
Way more.
It actually could be.
No, it's going to be way better.
No,
You'll
I,
probably
yeah,
have a blast.
I
That
love
sounds
it.
cool.
The Taco Bell All-Star Legends Celebrity Softball.
Is it really Taco Bell sponsored?
I really think it is.
That's funny. No, I love baseball. But anyway, all right, guys, fuck it. We're getting out of here. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a month. You got the episode. We'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks. We'll see. Hopefully. Anyway, we're out of here. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Tomohiro Ishii.
What the fuck's that mean?
We talked about him in the episode.
All right,
What's
you know,
his name?
time to get.
Hey, there's something in this world called gimmick infringement.